All right, it is 12 noon, so I'll wait for John here to come on back. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our Q&A session here with KB Vision Group. Welcome to the broadcast. We are going to get started and think of the questions. We're going to get an update from Cheryl, and then we're going to go right into the Q&A session. And what we'd like to do is I'll go ahead and introduce John, and John, maybe give Cheryl a chance to do her updates, and then let's see about going into what we talked about yesterday as starting off our topics here today. So Cindy Belmonte here in Simi Valley, California, welcome. John and I have been in business together for about 6 years, and John's in Fairfield, actually, but it's right outside the Napa Valley. Most people have heard of California's Napa Valley. Great place to be. So he's in Northern California. I'm in I'm in Southern California, and it's our pleasure to do this broadcast for the KB Vision family anywhere in the world. As long as they have a computer and high-speed internet, they can be on this broadcast. So, John, I'm going to toss it over to you.
Thanks, Cindy. You always do such a good job. It's been a pleasure being in business with you for 6-7 years. We've had a lot of fun. As a matter of fact, there was one time, folks, we went with a whole bunch of people down to the Bahamas, and Cindy and I were part of a foursome, and we played golf. It was great. She's a good little golfer, I want to tell you. Anyway, we do this every Thursday, and I like that Cheryl's got her coffee there and getting ready to go, and got her hair down. You let your hair down today. This is good, Cheryl. I like that.
It was one of those days.
Hey, that's okay. You just being here is an absolute blessing for all of us. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a Q&A for KB. We have our leaders show up, Joe Norman and CherylAnn Gober. They alternate. Sometimes when they can't make it. One time we had Andy Morbitzer, which was a delight. And so, as Cindy suggested, as we always do, if you would please just give us an update, and then Cindy and I noticed something in the back office that we'd like to get your feedback on. But first, let me hand it over to you, ladies and gentlemen. This is CherylAnn Gober. Those of you that have not seen her lips move before, but have heard her on the broadcast on Monday morning and on Sunday evening, she was handpicked from the team in Europe to oversee the U.S. and Canada, and obviously her reach of her team is worldwide now, but she's a delight to be with, and she's absolutely helpful and just a great gal. So ladies and gentlemen, CherylAnn Gober out of Tennessee. CherylAnn, all yours, and take it where you want.
Thanks, John. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Cindy, I was hearing pretty good. Is my mic pretty even with yours?
You and Cindy seem balanced. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, somebody out there in the audience, if you could give me a little indication on my volume, because I don't want to be too loud nor too soft, just type in there. You guys know how to do it, those of you that have been here a while, and I will pump mine up if I need to. I'm not seeing anybody give me any indication. So
yeah, he says you're a little bit low, John.
Yeah.
Okay. So how's that? How's that? 1, 2.
Much better.
Thank you. Right. Boy, I barely touched it. Okay. Anyway, CherylAnn, back to you.
Okay. Thanks, John. Well, thanks for having me here today. It's been a busy couple of weeks and everything, as KB has been. The updates basically is the last 2 weeks they've ran an audit on the system. It seems like the last 2 months, what happened was the last 2 months we extended our payday or the cutoff time a little, like a day or 2 longer than what we're supposed to cut off on the 10th. And we extended it like this last month to the 13th, and what we found out when they ran the pay cycle, it threw the algorithms off. So there was like a few days in this month it was counted, and a few days in that month it was counted, and so they've went back and done a complete hand audit on all of the commissions and everything for last month. As of today, if you had commissions in your back office, they have been transferred to your debit card. For others that have commissions coming, to where yours was caught up in that algorithm, they're doing a second pay run, and that will be paid out no later than Monday. So you're going to see even some additional funds come in there between now and Monday. But they're really ramping up over there. They've done a lot of tests on the software the last week. Everything seems to be functioning just perfect, and so that's good news, because we know that there's been a few glitches here or there, and so it's good to see it starting to smooth out. So what we're doing right now, they've pretty much pulled everybody off of everything to do the audit on that commission. It's very important to them that everybody get exactly what's coming to them. And so they pulled everybody off to handle that, and then they'll start back up this week, and then that's when you will start seeing the starter packs come in to play. You're going to see the daily commission calculations where you can follow your rank day by day as those funds start to come in. And oh, there was a third thing. Daily calculations, starter packs, and one other thing, and I'm probably forgetting it right now, but it'll come back to me in a minute. But anyway, we're having a great month. Funding's going up day by day. We're seeing those point calculations add up every morning. They've got a new incentive package back in the back office for all new or even existing KB people that have not started a savings program right now. You can go, and if you fund anywhere from €500 or up, they're going to automatically qualify you as a bronze supervisor. So it's almost like you're buying your way up to a bronze supervisor, which is great news for a lot of people, and you'll start out at that higher commission rate right off the bat. And when when you first refer somebody, you'll already be at that higher rank. So that's pretty much what's going on this last week and what we're looking forward to this coming week. And I'm going to turn it back to y'all. I'm a little hoarse today, but I'll do my best to try to answer the questions, okay?
You don't look like a little horse. You're a beautiful woman.
Thanks.
Listen, before we get into any questions, Cindy called my attention last night when we went into the back office together to a new support platform, and I believe you're aware of it. And we were thinking that maybe, I know that we do have a whole bunch of people on here, but maybe we can walk everybody through that. Do you think that would be a something that would add value?
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
So I tell you what, why don't we do it this way, just so we don't lose anybody. Let's start like this. First of all, everybody open up their tab. We don't want to lose the audio here. So you could open the tab, you'll still have the audio, and you want to go to www.kb-vision.com and log in.
Log into your account. So basically we want everyone to have another tab opening. You should still be able to hear us, but want you to log into your own account so everyone can follow along.
Right. Now we're going to take this a step at a time. Like I'm going to click, and then I'm going to type so you know exactly how you get there. So, all right, once you're logged in, you'll be actually at the dashboard, and to the very far right, sideways, it says support.
No, on the left.
Excuse me.
On the left.
That's my other right. So on the left it says support, and when you click on that, it'll pop out, and it says please click here to visit the support department. So I am going to come back over here. We're going to take it a step at a time as new people come logging in here. We don't want to lose anybody. So let me type this in. On left, click on sideways support, and click on that link. Okay, so Here we go. And this was pretty impressive, I want to tell you, Cheryl, what we're seeing here. So when you click on that support, and then another little thing pops out, and you click on it, you're basically taken to, what do you call this, Cheryl? It's not the delivery system, because that's on the far right, but this is, you have a name for this?
Well, I named it the support portal.
Yes, that's good. That's good. I like that. I like that. That's good. Now, let's see. I'm going to do a yes/no, and if hold on, let me see who the audience is. Okay, I'm gonna put a yes/no up here, and if you have navigated to that correctly, and you do see the support portal with the, let's see, how many little things do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 black buttons. If you're there, we want you to click on yes. Okay? We want to make sure everybody follows. A lot of greens, a lot of yeses, no reds yet. Some people probably left their computer. And enter support portal. I like that word. That's good. So that is the directions, and we got a lot of people that they didn't put no, they just didn't put anything. So we're going to keep this up here, and let's do this so everybody will know that we have a sequence going on, and try to keep it as clear as we can. So, okay, that should be pretty clear. All right, Cheryl, would you like to kind of take over here and take us through these buttons?
Sure, absolutely. The support portal's been up for about a month now, and you know, what's great about it, number one, is it answers a lot of the questions that new people have, and even some people that haven't been engaged. They can go right to that support portal, and for example, if they click on the General tab, they're going to see a field pop up, and there's going to be several, you know, questions and answers there for probably the most commonly asked questions that we get day after day. Like under General, you know, what is the term KYC and what does it mean? And that is answered for you there. You know, what documents are required for the KYC verification? And you know, if you know, we've tried to answer as many questions as we can, or probably the most pertinent questions that are out there. But there's also a field below that if your question is not answered within this area, you can put in your username, which would be your KBID number, or your usernames. I know some of you have a name as opposed to a number. You'll put your first name, your last name, your telephone number, an email address, and then just write your question or your message in that area, and then that will go and be directed straight to the office manager in each of those departments. If you go to shipments, for example, and click on shipments, it's going to answer a whole lot of questions there, what you need to know about taking delivery if you want to take delivery of some of your gold. It even goes into some of the, you know, terms and conditions of the agreement if you're on a purchase plan. But anyway, again, if you've got any other further questions, you can always send it there. It's going to go to the manager of that shipping department. The same thing with payments. This is going to be directed to an incredible lady by the name of Maria Ibach. She's over all the accounts receivable, and she handles everything there. So if you've got a question about anything that has to do with a payment or anything like that on your account, you can always go right there to Maria, and it'll send it directly to her desk, and she'll get that right back out to you. And it also goes into different the countries, affiliates. You know, what options does KB Vision offer? Should I sign up as an affiliate or a customer? You know, what is a special purchase? You know, just a lot of great questions that we get every day, and these, I hope, explain them well enough for anybody to, you know, pretty much understand. You've got the back office, commissions, if you've got questions there. Of course, all you have to do is fill out that form at the bottom. If we haven't answered your question above, just fill it out at the bottom and send that in. Websites, there's nothing there. We didn't put anything there. If you've got, what I really wanted to do with this area is to make it be a place that if you have suggestions, sometimes the translations between German and English are difficult. And, if you see things on the website that you think that would make it easier or more user-friendly, I would suggest that you just send a message right there, and you can always give them an idea of what you're looking at. And then, of course, the payment system's over there at the end. It'll answer a few little questions there about, Visa, MasterCard, Easy Bonds, wires, all of that. What I really like now, the new addition to the support portal, if you'll look all the way to the right, you can click on delivery system. So for those of you that are looking to take delivery, let's just say that you order 10 grams and you want to do physical delivery on that, you can click on that that delivery tab, and it'll pop you up on the next page. You'll see the delivery prices broken down based on how many grams that you're having delivered. You will see a portal there for PayPal to where you can go ahead and send in the correct fee for your shipping. So all of that is done for you right there, as well as the application form. When you get ready to have your gold shipped, you would just walk right into here and click on application form, put the quantity down for delivery. If I've got 10 grams, I'm going to put 10 grams there. My username, it's just basic information, and that go ahead and gets you in line to have your product sent out. And I'm telling you, the people that are using this portal are getting some pretty fast results on getting their deliveries to them. This last week, I know there were several people that had used this portal, and they were seeing a 7 to 10 day turnaround from the day that they filled out that application form to get back to their door. Now, one thing I do want to point out, let's say that you sent your money over, and because of maybe it was wire fees or you didn't calculate the exact amount between the euro and the dollar, and let's say that you come up with 9.78 grams in your back office and you really meant to get 10, then I would suggest that you use the old method, that delivery at kb-vision.de, and then just physically ask, I want to make my payment, I want to make a payment for the shipping, but I also want to get the difference, or the amount of the cost for the difference between that 9.78 grams and 10 grams, so that when it gets shipped out, that you'll have the full 10 grams. So you can do that, but if you're off just a little bit, just use that email format. And there's a lady there by the name of Nellie or Katarina. One of those will get back with you with the correct amount for you to send in to get your full 10 grams. But it's a great system. I'm loving it. It's really cutting down on a lot of questions and answers, and it's really leading people in the right direction.
Hey, Cheryl, can we go back?
Yeah, go ahead, Cindy.
On this delivery, because there's some questions that I think other people are going to have too. If we're on the delivery, we're now in the delivery portal, let's call it, and under the delivery prices, it's got weight, price in Germany, price international. Can you kind of explain what this means? Does it mean if you are going to have delivered up to 5 grams, it's €7.30, and is that per gram or what?
No, that's total.
No?
That's total. That's your total shipment is €7.30 to ship up to 5 grams. That's your international
that's the delivery
pricing
price.
Right.
Is that correct? The price.
Right.
Okay.
Because see, if you go to
if
you look under your
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
Now, one question you're going to get there is a lot of people are buying the 100 units right off the bat. They have this down here where there is a fee of 15.85 euro for 100 grams, from 100 to 200 grams. There are a few countries that probably will not get the free shipping as a preferred customer. If you're in the U.S., North America, UK, in that area, again, use that delivery at kb-vision.de. Let them know that it's for 100 grams. Just remind them it's 100 grams and it's free shipping as a preferred customer.
Okay.
Cheryl,
right.
you had mentioned, I think it was an email address. Some that ends with DE.
Yeah.
It's delivery.
Delivery.
At kb-vision.de.
And you use this for what?
If you want something like I said, like if you ended up with 9.78 grams, and you really want 10 grams in your hand, 10 1-gram cards, they can do the difference for you. Or
Okay.
if you've purchased 100 units, 100 1-gram units, and you're wanting free delivery, send it to that address. And also, you're going to see that email address there in your back office. If you click on Marketplace and Buy Gold, and once you go through the purchase, and complete the purchase, there's right there at the very bottom of that page, it says for delivery, and it'll have that email address right there.
Cheryl, I was a little surprised to see that we're still doing PayPal.
Just for delivery fees. PayPal, there's 6%. You're looking at 6% fees roughly when you're transferring from the United States to Germany with the currency conversion and PayPal's fees and everything. You don't want to do that with the price of gold right now, but something as small as a delivery fee. It's quick, it's simple.
Okay.
And then that way you don't have to go back through the credit card terminal and all of that.
But let's specify, so in case somebody came in late, that under the delivery portal, the PayPal is for the delivery fee only, not to make your gold purchase.
That's
right.
Right now, PayPal is not part of the gold purchase. So it's not accepted. Is that correct? Okay.
Right. Right. They're keeping that totally separate. So.
Okay. Let's see. And what was that last one?
Good.
The application form. Okay.
Yeah. You mentioned the incentive. I know when I go to on the dashboard, not in the support portal, but on the dashboard, you click on incentives, and what you said about the 500 euro purchase plan is not listed under incentives. Where would that be listed? Is it back here somewhere?
Now, it's on your front page on the dashboard. On your latest news on your dashboard. And it actually says on there until October 31st.
On the bottom.
But the truth is our month ends on the 10th, and that date is actually the 10th. They were supposed to have changed that yesterday, so
the 10th of October or November?
It's November 10th.
Okay. All right. Yeah, see,
okay,
that
so
might
Cheryl,
have something. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Cindy. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, this would be something that, if it's a special campaign or something like that, that seems like that would be more likely under incentives. So that's why we thought we would go through some of these things, because people might not even have looked under latest news.
Sure.
Right.
Now,
your incentives, they will probably save incentives for like free trips, free gold, things like that. But even if it does show up there, any new news will always be on your dashboard first. And you'll see, you know, I just get in the habit of going to your dashboard every time you log in, scroll down and see if there's any new news there. Because they're putting something in there at least every week right now. And it also goes out on email format. But again, some people, their spam blockers are still snatching the email. But always just go to your dashboard and, you know, you'll get all the latest updates and everything right there of what's going on.
Great.
Okay, good.
Cheryl, I wanted to mention to everybody that at the very, very bottom center of the platform that you're seeing us on, if you come back here where you're getting your audio and you're seeing the three of us, you'll see a link to mykbgold.us. The reason why I'm pointing that to you, if you will click on that, and you will click on affiliates at the very top, you'll see 6 menu options on the white bar. If you click on affiliates and scroll all the way down, you will see the rank levels, and the bronze supervisor is the 3rd of 12 levels. And I wanted to make mention of that because when you do the €500, and that is the savings plan, is that correct? Obviously, that's what that is for, Cheryl. And I just wanted to point out to everybody what a bronze supervisor is and the placement of it. So, good. All right. Well, we could open this up to Q&A unless either Cindy, you, or Cheryl have any other comments about the support portal.
I actually have a question to start off with, Cheryl. We've got, you know, the people who have been in for quite a while, probably I guess before February, have their usernames as ID numbers. And the other people, you know, the newer people have their own username, and they do have a KB ID number as well, that once they've gotten an account. Is there going to be a time that you've heard of that we'll have the ability to change a username from our ID number?
Yes. I don't have the exact time frame, but they are going to allow us to do that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And I'm sure it hasn't been asked yet, but the welcome packs, the 1 to 3 1-gram purchases, any update on that?
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier when I started. Was we've had them pulled off. Everything's been focused on the commissions and taking care of all of that from last month, where we messed up the algorithms. But nevertheless, they've got that handled. They're doing that manual pay run right now, and that was their focus, is to make sure all of that was correct. So they kind of held off, and I'm sorry, but it's important to me. You know, I've ran businesses for over 30 years, and payroll is the #1 important thing to me, to make sure everybody gets their money. And
yes, it is.
So that's exactly what we pulled them off of, to make sure that it is correct. And they've been doing that now for the last 2 weeks. So they came off, you know, we had them focused where they were getting that integrated into the system, and we pretty much pulled everybody off to focus on the payroll. They will be back on this the first part of the week, and I'm going to say probably within 7 days you're going to see that there.
Wonderful.
Good.
Okay.
All righty.
But that's my fault.
Cindy,
I know it's needed, but payroll is important.
But you're absolutely right. Payroll numero uno.
Yeah, payroll's important.
Cindy, what do we got, Cindy?
All right, Kevin is asking, were the bonus pool checks included in this last commission, or will that be paid on Monday?
Well, I think even mine, Kevin, I think I only got a couple of shares out of pool 1, and I know I made it, you know, I'm not bragging here, but I know that I'm owed bonus pools. Bonus pool money, so that should be included in the manual payout for next Monday. The difference there.
Okay. Todd is asking, has the KB speaking tour in the U.S. been decided? If so, what cities are they planning to be in?
Yay. We've decided on the cities. They have a travel group right now trying to work it out. I don't have exact dates. I have a time frame of mid-October to the end of October. We're going to hit a lot of cities that last 2 weeks. So if you've got a pen, pencil, or whatever, I'll give you that list right now. We're going to be in Orlando, Florida. We're going to be in Atlantic City, New Jersey. We're going to be in Chicago, Illinois. We're going to fly on down to Dallas, Texas. And then over to Las Vegas, Nevada. And then, special treat for Cindy and John, we're headed to Los Angeles too. So we've added Los Angeles to that list of cities in the United States.
Great.
In Canada, we will be in Toronto and Vancouver. Or at least they will. I've still got to go get my passport. So.
Oh dear, you better do that.
I know, no more birth certificate days.
And,
that's all right. I feel Aruba coming on anyway.
Perfect. Once again, you said starting when? October what?
Mid-October. And, you know, they're going to try to fit it in 15 days. That's a lot of, that's 8 cities in 15 days.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're, they can, every time I talk to them, that's what they want to talk about is the U.S. tour. I want to talk about payroll.
Now, who's going on this tour?
I know Harold and Jimmy. Thomas Schroner from corporate is supposed to be on the trip. I think we're going to save that for a little bit of a surprise who all's going to be there.
All right. All right.
Yet to be determined.
Yeah. And obviously it's an introduction to KB. Will they be having any kind of a presentation also? Is it just meet the corporate people? So it'll be a combination of everything.
Yeah. You'll have probably a meet and greet. There will be a meeting or a presentation, and there will be some new announcements. So go ahead and get your team, you know, tell them that they're coming to those cities because this is going to be an event, and there's going to be some announcements I think some people are going to get excited about.
Very good.
Wonderful.
It's not your average meeting, I'll put it that way.
No,
all right.
not at all.
Let's go out. We've got some more questions. Chandra asks, when can we expect gold delivery in India? Has Indian government given permission to KB to launch in India?
India can purchase gold right now. If you go into your back office and under your general tab, you're going to see active countries. And India is one of those active countries. There are logistic issues as far as delivery in India, Chandra. India's, you know, it's not like shipping it to a lot of places. There's security issues with anything, whether it be gold or whatever, but especially gold coming in and out of India. Just the regular mail, I know people, there's some bad situations over there when it comes to delivering any product. But KB is working right now with a couple of key individuals inside, I believe it's the parliament there in India, some of those key government officials. They're working out the logistics for the delivery. But honestly, my personal opinion and just what I hear through, you know, conversation, it could be 4 to 6 months before you could take delivery in India. It's a very difficult country to ship any product inside of. But right now you can earn commissions, you can build your team, and you can buy gold and store it.
Good.
Great. All right, let's move forward here. Kevin is asking, will KB offer larger size bars of gold in the near future?
No.
I knew that answer.
Messes up my deal. I don't want somebody, you know, yes, they will down the road, not in the near future, But right now, I want as much as I can in those small units, because
Absolutely.
that is the niche, and it's about your daily expenditures. Yeah, I have no problem getting anybody buying big bars. I think you need them. I think they protect your larger assets, your homes, your properties, your businesses, and I think it's prudent to have all the gold that you can get your hands on. But I think it's more important for more people for the smaller units, to have the smaller units.
Let me do a follow-up question on that just hit my own curiosity. Let's just say someone completes their 100 gram 100 cards, 1 gram cards, and let's just say that they want them stored as opposed to delivered. I mean, first question is why would they want to? But my question is, would they?
Would they
Oh,
what?
absolutely. I'm storing mine. I don't want mine here. I'm funny. I don't want mine in the United States. I want mine stored abroad. I think it's okay to have a little bit here. I don't, Andy talks about take physical possession. Yeah. God love him. I love him. He knows I do. But I don't have the arsenal that he's got. And it is what it is. And probably Kevin either one. But I don't want to. I've got a grandson in my home. I don't want that stress.
Yeah.
I don't want to worry about the government coming in. And right now they can't come in, but they make a new law every day. I'm just not that confident.
That's right.
I have to insure it. It just puts too much burden on me, and they will keep it from me for free. It's insured. It's allocated. I'm good to go. If I need some, then all I have to do is click a little button and say sell 10 grams or sell 50 grams, and they'll put it right back on my debit card. But no, I'm 50 years old. I'm ready for the stress-free life. I don't want the stress of having
I'm glad
to
I asked
hide
that
it,
question.
store it, bury it. Yeah, I
That's
have
right.
a little bit, but I'm not. Nah, I'm gonna keep mine in a sovereign country where I know they can't touch it.
I like that.
I might have to tell
Cindy.
them I've got it, but they can't go get it.
That's right.
All right. Dennis is asking if we have, for example, 5,000 points showing in our back office for this current pay cycle, and we are showing as Silver Supervisor, is that an example of what has not been corrected yet, or is that something we should report?
No, what you're showing on your rank right now is for last month. That was where you ended up for last month. And again, a few of those ranks are off because the way, we extended the cycle. But your points will be determined. Your points right now, if you've got 5,000 points in your back office, I need to get my chart out, guys. I don't even have it in front of me.
We can go right back over here. Let's see, 5,000 points. You should be
silver
bronze manager. Bronze manager, because
manager.
you need 6,000 to be a silver manager.
Right, and 6 to 9 is gold manager, right. Yeah, you count your points up right now. Again, when those daily commission calculations start taking effect here within the next 7 to 10 days, you will start seeing your rank from the time that the cycle begins on the 11th of every month. And from the 11th of every month, they will have those daily commission calculations, and every day it will calculate where you're at within that bonus pool, and you will be wherever it ends up that day. Any cabs that you get or whatever, it'll be just a daily calculation of your commissions and ranks as you move throughout the month. So that's something big that we wanted to see, to where you can sit there and track it and know where you're at, as you go throughout the month.
Great.
Good.
Cheryl, Bill is asking the following question. If you get a welcome pack, can you still qualify for the €500 incentive? Because the €500 incentive is a purchase plan, but the welcome pack is not a purchase plan, so I'd say probably. Is that the right answer?
It's two separate things. A one-time
Yeah.
purchase is completely separate than your purchase plan.
Right. So
To do the 500 euros to automatically gain, the rank of bronze supervisor, that would need to be in the monthly on the purchase plan. Now again, next
Right.
month, that was the third thing. That's when you're going to be able to do multiple deposits throughout the month. If you want to change after you make that initial 500 monthly purchase on your purchase plan to gain that bronze supervisor level, and you want to come in next month and lower that to 100, you'll be able to, or 50, or whatever you need
oh
to.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
all of that, within 7 to 10 days is what they hope to have everything complete on that.
So another way of stating the incentive is that if you have not yet ever created a purchase plan and you start out your first activation of a purchase plan with a 500 euro, you do qualify, but you could also lower it in subsequent months. Is that correct?
That's right.
I like
There
that.
you go.
Okay, good.
That
Gives a lot of flexibility. Cindy?
Yeah, well, we could add to that too. If you went back to the bottom link, mykbgold.us, went to the affiliate tab and go down and you look at that commission structure, those four orangish colored ones, when you get to those ranks, you never lose those ranks. Correct, Cheryl? Once you get to the green, then you have to stay qualified in order to stay at those ranks.
Excuse me. Yeah, 3 months out of the year, if I'm not mistaken, in the green zone.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
you've got your lower level, you qualify once, and you've got that rank forever. Your middle tier of 4, 3 times in a 12-month period, and you have that position for life, or that rank for life. The top tier is monthly. You do have to qualify monthly for those top tiers.
Okay, good.
All right, Cindy.
All right, Gino says, I placed an order 5 days ago with my debit card, as I did last month. I got the response being processed last night. I wrote support and questioned why the delay. Maria got back to me saying that the transaction did not go through. My bank said it was not held back. I discovered that rather than being processed, they should be telling us that transaction failed. I re-entered that order today and it processed immediately into my account. I suggested to Maria that they change their terminology from being processed to the order has failed. It will certainly tell us to take action and provide us with proper information and eliminate frustration.
Good
Sounds
suggestion.
good to me. I agree with you, Gino. Because mine, it always shows. Yeah, it always says being processed.
Being processed, and that's
I tried to give it at least a couple of hours, or at least 24 hours, and then normally it'll say processed. But yeah, I totally agree, Gino. Anything, and they are working with that merchant processor right now on a few little things, like that state field that's still there. We've tried to get them to remove that state field, but that's Heidel Pay, and Heidel Pay will be the one that has to take that out of that form. But they are talking with them right now. They're also talking with them about trying to ease up a little bit on that security, to where if you don't have a bank card in your country and the same IP address, you can't use it. Because we've got people that travel all over the world that want to do their monthly plan, and maybe their bank card's in the United States, but they're down in the Bahamas this week. And then it will fail, that secure 3D server will pop up. I understand the security on it, but at the same time, that 3-digit code, there's other security measures I think that would be easier to get around than just blocking you out if you're not in the same country as your card. So,
like passwords and things.
Right, right.
Kevin is asking a question that you already answered, but I'll read it here. Is there a way to get 2 or 3 KB Gold 1 gram cards for presentation purposes? And the answer is that's coming.
Hopefully within 7 to 10 days.
7 to 10 days.
Knock on some wood.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cindy.
Lita asks, Will Toronto, Ontario be the last city, or would Vancouver, British Columbia, I'm thinking, be the last city? She's trying to figure out your schedule, I guess, if you're going to, if that's going to be last, is that going to be the end of October?
It's whatever their travel agent comes up with.
Could be first,
I know
huh?
they had said something about starting on the West Coast and going east, but I can't tell you because they have a travel agency handling everything there.
The question is asked, when will KB open up Israel?
I don't know, but I want to go on that trip. I really want to go on that trip. KB will be open in approximately 90 countries before the end of this year, and then by next year, I think you're going to see 196 countries. They're moving very fast, opening up countries. Once they get through
what's the current
legals.
count?
Pardon?
What's the current count of countries opened?
It's 40-something. That's awful. Okay. I don't know.
Go in your back office and count them, John.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, I just figured I have Cheryl here. I might as well ask her, right?
All right. Ken asks, or he says, I made 3 purchases, one through my business account, my personal account, and my wife's account via HeidelPay with my Visa card last Thursday, but it still shows pending. Why?
If it shows pending, all you have to do, Bill or Ken, click on your transaction history. If you will click on your transaction history under your gold account, you should see that purchase there. Pending should be good. Don't ask me why it says pending there. I don't know. But if you'll go look under gold account and hit transaction, it'll, matter of fact, I think mine still shows pending too. If I look at my invoices, no, mine's got paid date on it already. I can't answer that. That's something, I know mine showed pending for a few days, and now then it's got the paid date on it. So, but if you'll look under your transaction history, it should say that it's processed there. If it don't, just send a quick note, through your support portal and ask them.
Very good.
Well, those are all the questions that we're showing right now. If somebody has a particular question they could ask, either that or I tell you what, Cheryl, there's nothing saying that we have to go to the top of the hour. Up here, something just popped up. Thanks, CherylAnn, says Ken. Thank you, Ken, for acknowledging her.
Ken, you'll make my day if you tell me it's there.
Yeah. Lita's saying the support tickets are working really fast now. Yay. Perfect.
Yay. For most
Cheryl,
departments.
Yeah.
Yeah,
folks.
I got one straggler over there.
Cheryl, I tell you what. Why don't we just start a wrap up here? If another question pops up, we can certainly take it. But for all intent and purposes, final words, or not final words, but next step words, I guess I should say.
Fund your account. Get in there, get engaged, get you some gold. And when we've watched gold the last couple of weeks, we've watched it go over 1,900 an ounce. We've watched it drop back down. Where people, and basically what you were seeing there was just so many people got buried when the stock market was dropping 500 points a day or 600 points a day, and they were getting buried, and they had to sell off some of their assets, and a lot of those companies had assets in gold. It made the price drop, but that still tells me that if they're being forced to sell their assets to stay afloat, then I'm buying gold. I'm going to buy the assets they let go of. So I think it's very important right now to get in there, buy gold, get as much of it as you can. Take 5 to 20% is what the majority of the experts around the world are telling you right now. guys, if you really get in there, and this is so much more, and I think Cindy said this one time, when she looked at this program, and she really summed it up, this is so much more than a money-making opportunity. You're literally taking taking money out of one pocket and putting it in another pocket. I am sitting here looking at accounts where people purchased a month ago, and they're already seeing the value of that account go up. But at the same time, they take their monopoly money. I don't have any of it here. I hope I don't have a lot of it, period. I want it all converted to this.
That's right.
But anyway, you go to the grocery store, a gallon of milk costs more this week, or that pound a hamburger is ridiculous. And you see that your green dollars is not buying what it used to buy. This is protecting my buying power. And if that's what this is about. Whether of course I want to make some money, but this is the bottom line: is I'm protecting my family's future and everyday expenditures. That no matter what happens out there with the politicians and the governments and the acts of God, and we've got so many people. Just this last week, when you had Hurricane Irene come through, there's a lot of people out there that they saw a lot of flooding. It's not a good situation, but we've had Hurricane Katrina, we've had 9/11. We don't know what tomorrow brings. This to me is how I sleep at night. I really believe that, because no matter what happens, I've got something that if I need to go get my kids some groceries, a tank of gas, I can find somebody to barter with. And they know what gold's worth, and it's just constantly going up. But I will be able to survive the storm, no matter what that storm is. The majority of storms that come through my life, I'll be able to survive, because I did the prudent thing today, and I protected my future. And, I think we really need to get that message across. What gold is, it's insurance. It's the best form of insurance you could possibly ever own. It's an insurance you control. It's not controlled by markets, so to speak, but it's something that's in your physical possession. You can pass it down generation to generation to generation. But this is my protection, and I'm passionate about that part of it. I think everybody needs it. We talked about the bigger bars earlier. Yeah, they're great, but they don't do you a whole lot of good if your kids are hungry. They don't do you a whole lot of good if you can't get from point A to point B, and you need a tank of gas to get somebody, to go check on another family member. This to me is my lifeboat, and I believe that. And so I encourage everybody to get some. No, you may not need $1 million worth, but you need some. And there's no better day than today to get started.
Yeah, talking about the devaluation of the dollar, I know that just recently premium gas right here in Northern California, where I live, the county that I live, is $4.03, and Ken, who lives in Milpitas, California, about an hour and a half from me, he just typed $4.09 for a gallon of milk. And I tell you, to cross our bridges here in Northern California, $5. I remember it used to be 50 cents when I was a kid. $5 toll.
Wow.
$5. The Golden Gate Bridge, $6.
Jeez.
Cindy,
point A to point B there.
That's right, Cindy. We have a couple of other questions here. I bet you are. That's right, Cindy. We have a couple of questions.
$5.66 a gallon in Canada.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought $3.78 was bad.
Yeah.
One more comment from Dr. Dennis to confirm. If someone's listed at a lower rank now than they should have achieved last month based on points, then that's what will be adjusted by Monday. Is that correct?
That's what they're telling me, because my rank's lower than I should be too.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
So I'm fighting. Not fighting. They're just they're telling me that they're handling it, and I've stayed on top of it too.
Wow, I thought the Golden Gate Bridge was something at $6. Joyce just typed in the George Washington Bridge in New York City is going up to $10. Wow. It is
You
crazy.
know,
Yeah.
I cry over gas here at 3.78, and some of our
Wow.
European friends are telling me it's more like $20 a gallon over there.
Wow. Wow.
That would
Crazy,
make
crazy,
me get a
crazy.
bicycle out quick, or my
Yes.
husband do something.
Real quick. All right.
Yeah.
Principle.
You know, I see, Cindy, I see another question here right underneath Gino's. It's goal to go. You want to take that?
Oh, yeah. Has the requirement that only one purchase per month been changed? Would like to make another purchase this month. The multiple purchases in one month.
Okay, the multiple purchases. Yeah, you can do that. If you're blocked out right now, call me, Barbara. I know who Goal to Go is. But call me, Barbara, and I'll show you how to do that. But you should have that feature there. If not, it's going to be completely easy to do here within 7 to 10 days. But now, if you've already made a purchase plan order, then that's a different case. If you're wanting to do a one-time purchase, something like that, it's a different, you can go in there and do as many one-time purchases as you want. But if you're wanting to apply it to the purchase plan, and you've already made a payment this month, then it's not available. But if you have not made a purchase yet this month, then call me and I will show you how to get through that if you want to change the amount.
Very good.
Great. All right. Well, we're nearing the top of the hour here, Cindy and Cheryl. So, Cheryl, thank you. You did such a good wrap, holding that gold gram card up there and explaining exactly why not only you but everybody should really be engaged in collecting these, exchanging our fiat currency for them, no doubt about it. One thing I wanted to ask you. Yeah, one thing I wanted to ask you here before I hand it over to Cindy. I'm on my kbgold.us, and I'm going to live events schedule. And let me click on this, and everything just there it is. Okay, there it is. And I'm looking under Sunday, and good. There's an S on the end of meetings now.
Yeah.
And good. So that is now working, right? And on your Sunday broadcast, I talked to Andy, and he says there's thousands of people are attending that. I think that's incredible. So, and any final words that you want to end with? I know you did a great wrap up, but let's pass it to you, Cheryl, and then we'll pass it to Cindy, and she could do a wrap.
Just thanks
Fund
for
your
everybody
account.
coming out today. To what,
Fund
John?
your account.
Fund your account, as it is. Fund your account.
Fund your account. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Fund
just
your account.
get down there, get engaged. Share this program with some people. And when those starter packs come up, I want to see every one of y'all get them starter packs. Save up, be ready to go ahead and make that purchase. It's going to be 7 to 10 days. They're going to be there. You talking about putting your business on steroids? Get you one of these, or two of these, or whatever you need. And I'm telling you, and John, Cindy, y'all know, once you've laid your hands on one of them, you get it. You absolutely get it. The quality is second to none, and you see the class behind this company, and you just can't get out of the way of success at that time. So glad you had me here today. Y'all do such a wonderful job every week. I appreciate you so much. And with that being said, I'm going to get out of here.
All right.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you so much,
Cheryl.
Cheryl. Thank you so much. Cindy, why don't you take us home? And ladies and gentlemen, John here. Thanks for, I'll see you next Thursday. And Cindy, go ahead. Cindy, by the way, you could remind people that Monday is here in the United States Labor Day, so we won't be doing any broadcasts. But I guess you don't have to remind them because I just told them.
Because you
but
just said, yeah. But just keep in mind that normally Monday and Wednesday evenings is our overview. Bring your new people there so that they can meet face-to-face with some other people other than you and have the story told to them. and we do it for anybody that belongs to KB, and it's so important that you spread the word and teach people, actually educate them. And that's what we love, Cheryl, about Thursdays with you and with Joe. This is our education as well. And guaranteed in the future we're going to be able to record these and put those up on the mykbgold.us so that anybody who's still working, unfortunately, if they still have a JOB and they can't make it to this broadcast, they'll be able to hear this information because, you know, like today, going into the back office and learning about our support portal and our delivery portal, you know, a lot of people might not even know that's there because I know I just was discovering it for myself. So this is the time we get our education and then we can impart it to our teams and everyone else. So for Cheryl and John and myself, thank you all for being here today. Have a terrific, happy holiday weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.
Thanks. Bye-bye.